Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather stress for July 15th, 2026. This is a weather report. We keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also maintain a storefront on Amazon. Looking at the surface map for July 15th, the Ides of July, very little going on in terms of pressure change. We do have southerly flow throughout the most of the country. There is one weak frontal system stretching all the way from central Wyoming up into North Dakota, across Minnesota, Wisconsin, central Michigan, all the way to Erie, Pennsylvania, and back on up to Boston, and having almost no impact, although a little bit of shower activity here along the New England coast. However, note that we have significant moisture flowing up into Texas. We have lots of moisture, monsoonal moisture, going all the way into the Great Basin, the Four Corners, and all the way up to Intermountain West. Looking at the vitality index, which is our measure of the individual elements that will have some impact on the human health, and you'll note that it's rather widespread, but spotty, especially across the West. It is more significant up the plains and into the Ohio Valley, across the south and southeast with that summertime thunderstorms, and then a little bit of something happening here along the coast of New England. Looking at pressure change, it is one of those time periods when there is very little pressure change. High pressure dominates coast to border, east to west. A little bit of falling pressure up here in northern Idaho, but that's more a reflection of potential cloud cover. We're really basically saying that the pressure change across the country on the 15th is rather minimal. Interesting, as the country, of course, is cooking, we don't see a significant amount of day-to-day temperature change, although it is sort of boiling the frog up. Note, though, that we do have a jump in temperature right here along the California-Nevada border, and a little bit of heat finally making its way all the way into northern Idaho. The dew point temperature change map is a little more interesting, but really just reflective of the higher dew points making its way on up into the Intermountain West, a little bit of falling dew points right along the coastal California. Vapor pressure map shows the issue a little more cleanly. We do have that moisture vapor pressure pushing into Texas, and then here again all the way up through the Intermountain West. Note that we are finally seeing some drying behind that almost weak frontal system, and at least what it's doing is showing that dew point temperatures there are falling. Instability is also a bit less than it's been in the recent past, although we are and still will be unstable here in the Gulf, especially across southern Florida. An interesting little bit of bubble of instability up here in northern Indiana to Michigan. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, again, not a consistent pattern, but spotty type pattern. A little bit of migraine stress showing up here in Salem, Oregon. Another area of migraine stress from, call it northern, north central Arizona, up into and across Utah, up into western Wyoming, and into eastern Montana. Another area of migraine stress all the way from Odessa across through Dallas and on into northern Louisiana and southwestern Arkansas, and a little bit here in eastern Oklahoma. The most significant area of migraine stress here from northeastern North Dakota across Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, really bubbling across most of Michigan, picking up again significantly in New York, and spreading then all the way across New England. We have a risk of asthma and arthritis here along the border between California and Nevada, pretty significant here up across Idaho into northwestern Montana. Another area of asthma and arthritis stress here across the toe of Louisiana and then along the Gulf, and getting significant again through Tampa area of central Florida, and then of course from South Carolina across North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and on into New Jersey. another area of asthma and arthritis stress. Welcome to July. It's hot. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.